Hey everyone, welcome back to the NerdyJock podcast. I am your host, Kevin Ketchum, aka the NerdyJock, and today we are here to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen's Season 3, Episode 1, Execution, and what an episode it was. Before we get into that though, I just want to say, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us on all of our social medias at NerdyJock_media. We are there, and just want to say thank you for contributing and watching and chiming in and tell us what you think about the show. But JJK execution, awesome. I mean, what a great way to start season 3 after a brutal, deadly ending in season 2. I mean, essentially, I'll just give you the quickest breakdown I can of what happened in the episode. Is that Yuji, the episode starts off with Yuji solemnly washing his hands. There's blood. They're stained with blood. His hands are stained with blood. He's trying to wash them off in a empty, deserted Shibuya apartment complex, and the water's not brushing off the blood. So it's a really beautiful metaphor, just right to start the episode, saying, "Hey, there's blood on your hands." Even though it was Sukuna that did all the death and destruction, but a lot of people died. There were real stakes. There were a lot of great, characters who died who we loved, like Nanami. That one hit me the hardest as well. But there was an assortment of characters who died in the Shibuya incident. So it just helped to set the stakes for the show, for the series, and where it goes from there. What made it really great is that in the beginning here, Yuji's fighting off some cursed spirits here and there randomly, but he's not really talking. It's just him flying through the city like Spider-Man or Superman, just like kind of soaring through, breaking into buildings, and just killing cursed spirits as he goes along. You can tell like he's in his head. There's no inner monologue. There's not really any dialogue with him at first. He's literally just like absorbing the moment, taking in the gravity of what just happened and all the death and destruction that took place, and a lot of it by his hands. So it was a really good way of just showing that, hey, actions have consequences, and that this was devastating, not just physically, like, the death and destruction, but mentally. You could tell it automatically straight up takes a toll on Yuji. So that was just a great way to start the episode. And it's gorgeous. It's beautiful as well. I mean, the animation here, it has been, by the way, 3 years, like to the date since season 2 ended, which is like December 20-something, 2023. And now it's January of 2026. So it really has been 3 years they've had to work on JJK season 3. And so far, so good. I mean, you can really tell the craft, the detail, the animation style, how beautiful it is. I mean, they took their time and it paid off. Okay, a couple other plot points. You have Neo Zenin. That's the best I can pronounce his name at this point. But he is basically a new antagonist for the series. He is, related to Megumi, one of his brothers, I think. And basically, what happens is he's introduced pretty much right after Yuji has his moments soaring through the empty and desolate Shibuya area of Tokyo. He basically is introduced, and Nobito Zenin dies. The patriarch of the Zenin clan is dead, and Neo, God, I can't pronounce his name. Neo is supposed to be the head of the Zenin clan, unless something happens to Gojo, in which it turns out that Gojo, obviously, he gets trapped in the end of season 2, so he goes out to try to kill Yuji to kill Megumi, so he can become the leader of the clan. Also, you get some really good scenes between Yuji and Chozo, which is pretty cool because Chozo is in season 1 he was like a villain. He was part of the death paintings, that arc, which is gonna play a bigger part than I ever thought it would in the main story. But he plays a part, and he calls Yuji brother, and he finds him in a beautifully drawn cathedral. I'll show that right up here. It's awesome, and they have a little talk about how he's feeling, and Yuji says he's recovered significantly quicker than he would have, because if you remember in season 2, the end, he was like beat the hell up. I mean, he's still got some pretty bad scars here and here on his face, but overall healing, he's pretty much back, because Sukuna, he took like 15 fingers in, so he's got some real power now. But Chozo was impressed at how strong Yuji's gotten, and he said, it wasn't really your fault, and he considers him a brother, which is a really cool moment too, considering like it's like you wouldn't think a demon human hybrid half spirit curse spirit and Yuji, who were fighting like not too like 10 episodes ago, literally 10 episodes ago or less, would like actually become like friends. So there was Yuji had no one, so he relied on Chozo, and Chozo is like quickly becoming one of my new favorites. So basically they go destroy some cursed spirits to release some cursed energy to release some tension or pressure that they have, and then Neo shows up and he starts beating the shit on both of them. I mean, he just literally, he's fast as hell. He has a special ability called projection sorcery where he can go move at 24 frames per second himself. It's a little homage to film and cinema, because we know Gege, the creator, he loves cinema as well. So I think that's a pretty cool homage right there. Homage. And he just starts whooping on him until Yuji gets his butt kicked, and Chozo was able to hinder him and slow him down. And then you get they start fighting under a tunnel. After that happens, Yuta Okatsu shows up, by the way, and basically kills Yuji. Which actually brings me to that's actually the end of the episode plot wise. But I do want to say, if there's one thing to take from this podcast today, is that before you watch season 3, episode 1, Execution, or episode 48 of the series, you need to go back and watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I mean, like, not once, but twice. You need to watch JJK 0 before season 2, and you really need to watch it again before season 3. It is so important to everything that's going to happen in season 3, especially the first 3 or 4 episodes that happened in Jujutsu Kaisen 0, that, like, if you don't watch it or it's been a long time, like, you literally have to do it as a refresher course, or you're not going to remember half the crap that went down in JJK 0. So before you even watch season 3, I highly, highly recommend going back and watching JJK 0. And that's about it for plot. All I can say now is that I'm just super stoked to see where this season goes. After episode 1, I have seen episode 2, obviously. I did see JJK Execution in theaters, which was awesome. Just a great experience to see a recap of season 2. Greatest hits of the Shibuya arc on an IMAX screen was insane. And then the first 2 episodes, So I'm really, really excited to see where we're going from here. The Colon Game arc is supposed to be one of the best in the series. I haven't read the manga, but I look forward to seeing where it goes from here, So besides that, I mean, I'd have to give it, if you're going to rank this episode 1 out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, the pacing was beautiful. It was methodical. It felt heavy. You felt the tension in Yuji. You felt, even without dialogue, or in a monologue like they do in anime a lot, you felt his pain and what he went through, and the death and destruction, and just him trying to cope with the aftermath of what Sukuna did as his vessel, like in his body. And you could tell that he's a different Yuji. I mean, he's changed. He is not the same guy you've known from season 1. I mean, this has hit him hard, and that's basically what this episode is about, is that things are changing, and they're changing fast. So I do love the fact that how they open this episode like that, with just this really calm, kind of cool, collected, heavy moment, heavy episode. Just really did set the stage for the tone of the season 4, because I don't think it's going to get any lighter from here, guys. Spoiler alert, I haven't read ahead, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to get darker and darker. So that's something that I'm actually looking forward to. I don't, watch too many super dark animes. I'm watching One Piece right now as well, which is great, and that's a little more lighthearted, obviously. I mean, there's moments here and there, but not like JJK. So I just feel like I'm glad it's back, and I can't wait to talk about more JJK here with you guys in the future. So thanks for tuning in real quick. I know this is a shorter pod, and I want to keep them like to 10 to 15 minutes max and go from there. It's a lot easier for you guys to digest, a lot easier for me to shoot and edit. But we're just thankful you're here. So tune in, follow at NerdyJock_media on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you have social. And of course, watch us at our home on YouTube, guys. Os!